Morning, brothers and sisters. It is 7:35 a.m. Central Standard Time on February the 11th, 2022. I hope our Creator is keeping you well wherever you are in the world. We're going to start over here at spaceweather.com, and we're actually going to look at here where we have a minor G1 class, again, minor G1 class geomagnetic storms are possible on the 13th, which is a couple of days from now, when the stream from our solar wind is expected to hit Earth's magnetic field. Okay, you remember me showing you guys that large coronal hole? That's going to be where the solar wind is coming from. Okay, the gaseous material is flowing faster than 500 kilometers per second from an equatorial hole. Oh, there we go, coronal hole. In the sun's atmosphere, Arctic auroras could spill into Valentine's Day, and you can enter for your aurora alerts if you get out and take photography of that. CME did hit Earth's magnetic field on February 9th. The magnetic storm, category G1, which is the most minor there is, erupted 24 hours later. Aurora burst into life over the coast of Scotland, which, let's be honest, this is that's pretty gorgeous. I love seeing that kind of stuff. And apparently, this is Alan C. Tuff, who sends his picture from the seaside village of Hopeman. That actually looks pretty good. Good job, dude. So, what took so long? Well, the storm waited a whole day while the Earth moved deeper into the CME's wake. Okay, so you had the initial little shock, and as the Earth was continuing to rotate, the rest of it kind of caught up to it. Which, I mean, it's common. It's not unusual at all. The storm waited a whole day while we moved deeper into the Earth's wake, more than 3 million kilometers behind the shock front. Earth finally encountered the kind of intense south-pointing magnetic fields that spark geomagnetic storms. So, oh yeah, here we go. It's not unusual. So it is a very minor CME, like the one that struck on February the 9th. You know, the one that took out 40 satellites. Oh boy. I don't know. Seems a little odd to me. But if we scroll down here a little bit, we can see how it actually kind of goes down. Here's where the front of it hit. And then as we kind of went into it a little bit, now the rest of it caught up. See how that works? You got the initial shock of it and then the plasma from it. So sometimes from a small one, you'll have it like this. Again, a small one. So, yeah. See? The CME itself caused no obvious ripple in Green's recording. Nevertheless, a storm was coming. G1 conditions were dedicated for more than 6 hours on February 10th. Interestingly, the Starlink incident February 4th was caused by just such a delayed storm. Oh, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sus about that myself. Here we are at spaceweatherlive.com, and it looks like all has been quiet. We're just into the living in B flare, and had a couple little pops. However, believe it or not, we got some incoming plasma. SpaceWeatherPredictionCenter.NOAA.gov. We are looking at LASCO C2 and LASCO C3. Let's look at what's coming our direction. Watch this. Boom! Oh yeah. That is a halo. Hello, that is coming our direction, folks. You see that? Bam! Yeah, buddy. Now, there's something else I want you guys to watch this. Okay, we're talking about, of course, we got little friends, but watch these little increments of only 12 minutes. Watch the sun. Did you see that? Look at this. We go from 1548, 12 minutes later. Look at the difference in the sun. All of a sudden it's brighter, and then dimmer 12 minutes later. What is going on at the sun that's causing that? And there it is again. Just boop, 12 minutes later, all of a sudden it's changing. And then changing again within 12 minutes. What is going on at the sun? Like, is there something that damn big that's really altering the way that we perceive the light on the other side of this? I mean, what is that? Oh, look. Got a little buddy right there, too. Got another one right there, too. But, do you guys see what I'm saying? Like, look at this. Okay, that's 24 minutes. But, what is happening at the sun that makes it do that? I mean, it's not erupting that much. Well, here, we're finally starting to get it, like, where the eruption pops off. And that is coming our direction. I mean, there's no question on that, right? We can all pretty much see that, and we come over here to LASCO C3, and we see it over here. It is definitely a halo. You can see it from far out. You see it? Boop. This is Earth facing. We're going to get some of that. and yet we didn't see a flare. But we have some coronal mass ejection, so what do? I'm going to come over here to ISWA. And I'm going to take a look at this guy. This is a stereo ahead. And look at the time missing right here. Let me zoom in here. Look at this. 22:53 to 5:53 in the morning? What in the world? I mean, that's, what, 5, 6, 7 hours? Exactly. 7 hours exactly of missing data. And that's a coronal mass ejection, a large one. And it hasn't even accounted for what we just had pop off of the sun just a minute ago. And then this one over here shows the same. It's got a similar missing time. Look at that, 1953 to 6:53. That's even more data. And you can see it going away. Yeah, it's definitely a coronal mass ejection. But was it a major frickin' flare? Who knows? It just all of a sudden shows up. Well, we're gonna look right over here at our little buddy, and we definitely have incoming. Now, I'm gonna try and back up, but I'm showing this one first because it is definitely coming at us, folks. This is our 304 angstrom, so it allows us to see our filament. Now, watch right here and right up here. Watch this. Oh yeah, you see this filament release and this filament release. That's coming right at us. That's recent. That's just now. And actually, if you looks like there's a little one right here too. Yep, one is starting to pop off right there. So that's coming at us, straight at us. We just don't. It's still in the works of flaring right now, or throwing that coronal mass ejection. It's still in the midst of it. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But yeah, buckle up with that, right? And here we are looking at 171 angstroms of light. And we're going to do a little confirmation here. Oh yeah, you can see that. Ooh, yep. Shh. Captain, we have liftoff. You can clearly see off of this that plasma completely ejected. No recapturing of that. It is gone. Gone like a freight train. Gone like yesterday. It is gone. But look at this over here. Look at these stinking sunspots as it starts to get around the corner from us to go away. Look at how stinking active they get. That is just insane to me. I mean, look at that. Oh, there's our 7 a.m. Good morning. How you doing? Eclipse from that mothership of some sort. Thank you very much. But that's just interesting. So we know we got that incoming. Let's come over here to our 193, and we're going to take a peek at, even though it's still erupting, we can get a little bit better of an idea at its eruption. Now this right here is our coronal hole. Okay, remember I was telling you about the solar winds increasing? Yeah, it's going to be kind of like a punch. It's kind of like a little pop, like if the Earth was a speed bag, or a little punching bag or medicine ball or whatever, and Mike Tyson was punching it, bam, with the solar winds. That's pretty much how it is. The Earth is the punching bag, and so we're going to get a little pop right here from this coronal hole from our winds. We're going to be looking at pretty close to 600 kilometers per second. It's like 500 and something. But let's take a look. Ooh, look at that. Looks like we're having two different locations where it's like a little solar tsunami from those ejection. It's still ejecting, by the way. It's not done. We just happen to catch it right in the middle of its little fit. Now, if you turn your head to the left a little bit, folks, I know this is going to seem a little weird, but if you turn your head to the left a little bit, looks like this is an eye, and this is an eye, and like right here would be the nose, and like this would be a mouth of like some kind of a weird creature, almost like a lizard. That's interesting. Sorry, I see shapes and patterns and everything. But let's go take a peek at a different angstrom. Holy shit, do I got something to show y'all. Pardon my language, I don't normally cuss, but oh my gosh. Okay, this right here, we're looking at 94 angstroms. We're looking at from this morning. So as you can see, we can see it kind of moving around, but it's not associated with a flare. Okay? We can see from both here and here. This is what I use for looking at flares. So all we can see is just a little movement. So really all it is just coronal mass ejection, nothing associated with a flare. But this is why I love this damn thing. That's why I love this overlay. And I always check it because let's go C2 and C3 and stereo. Remember, it was showing all that plasma. We couldn't see what was going on. Well, watch this. Goodness. I'm going to actually zoom right in here. And this is Earth facing. This is Earth directed, right coming at us, folks. Watch this movement coming. Look at this. You see it right here? But watch the whole, watch how the whole surface of the sun just moves and reacts from it. You see that? Yeah. Ain't that some craziness? Look at this. Now this is from this. This is what's coming at us right now. This is what's happening right here. Here and here. That's the current one. Okay, and it's still in motion. It's still happening. You can see it right here. Whoosh. It is still happening. So that's, ooh, that could be pretty big. And all it is coronal mass ejection. There's no flare. But the one from last night, the whole surface just kind of moves. You see that? You got all the motion here, and then there's commotion up here as well. And that's coming at us. That went out into the atmosphere. I mean, we've seen it on stereo ahead. Yeah, we got some inbound plasma. Not just from this coronal hole, but from a coronal mass ejection. That's a pretty significant one. I mean, if it's here and it's affecting up here, it looks like it even affects it down here. Yeah, look at that. Ooh, this is going to be interesting, folks. Anyways, I'll keep on top of this. You guys stay safe out there, and remember that love is the only way forward. No fear, eyes open.